What's up, everybody? This is Read the Bible with me. I'm Stan Jr., and today we're looking at the book of Luke, chapter 20. Yes, the book of Luke, chapter 20, and I just want to take a minute and say thank you for watching. I always appreciate you, and I always love reading your comments, so always comment below. Just say anything, a question, anything. Just comment. I love reading them, okay? Give me a like on this video, and then if you haven't subscribed, click the subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you know every time I post a new video. Let's get into it. Verse 1 says, "One day, as Jesus was teaching the people in the temple and preaching the gospel, the chief priests and the scribes and the elders came up and said to him, 'Tell us by what authority you do these things, or who it is that gave you this authority.' He answered them, 'I also will ask you a question. Now tell me, what the baptism of John from heaven, was it from heaven or from man?' And they discussed it with one another, saying, 'If we say from heaven, he will say, why did you not believe him? But if we say from man, all the people will stone us to death. For they are convinced that John was a prophet.' So they answered, and they did not know where it came from. And Jesus said to them, 'Neither will I tell you by what authority I do these things.' And he began to tell the people this parable. A man planted a vineyard and let it out to tenants, and went into another country for a long while. When the time came, he sent a servant to the tenants so that they would give him some of the fruit of the vineyard. But the tenants beat him and sent him away empty-handed. And he sent another servant, but they also beat him and treated him shamefully and sent him away empty-handed. And he sent yet a third. This one also they wounded and cast out. Then the owner of the vineyard said, 'What shall I do? I will send my beloved son, perhaps they will respect him.' But when the tenants saw him, they said to themselves, 'This is the heir, let us kill him, so that the inheritance may be ours.' And they threw him out of the vineyard and killed him. What then will the owner of the vineyard do to them? He will come and destroy those tenants and give the vineyard to others." When they heard this, they said, "Surely not." But he looked directly at them and said, "What then is this that is written? The stone that the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. Everyone who falls on that stone will be broken to pieces, and when it falls on anyone, it will crush him." The scribes and the chief priests sought to lay hands on him at that very hour, for they perceived that he had told this parable against them, but they feared the people. So they watched him and sent spies who pretended to be sincere, that they might catch him in something he said, so as to deliver him up to the authority and jurisdiction of the governor. So they asked him, "Teacher, we know that you speak and teach rightly and show no partiality, but truly teach the way of God. Is it lawful for us to give tribute to Caesar or not?" But he perceived their craftiness and said to them, "Show me a denarius. Whose likeness and inscription does it have on it?" And they said, "Caesar's." He said to them, "Then render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to God the things that are God's." And they were not able to, in the presence of the people, to catch him in what he said, but marveling at his answer, they became silent. And so Jesus said, "Whose likeness is on Caesar? Well, whose likeness is on you? You are made in the image of God, the Imago Dei. And so you have God's likeness. Well, render your life to God. God made you. You look like him. Start acting like him. Start appreciating him. Start spending time with him. Start reading and learning about him. Give him what has his mark on it. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and give to God what is made in the image of God, which is you." And so there came to him some Sadducees, those who deny that there is a resurrection. And they asked him a question, saying, "Teacher, Moses wrote for us that if a man's brother dies, having a wife but no children, a man must take the widow and raise up offspring for his brother. Now there were 7 brothers. The first took a wife and died without children, and the second and the third took her. And likewise all 7 left no children and died. Afterward the woman also died. In the resurrection, therefore, whose wife will the woman be? For the 7 had her as a wife. So the Sadducees didn't even believe in a resurrection. And so Jesus said to them, the sons of this age marry and are given in marriage. But those who are considered worthy to attain to the age at the resurrection from the dead neither marry nor are given in marriage, for they cannot die anymore, because they are equal to the angels and are the sons of God, being sons of the resurrection, but that the dead are raised, even Moses. Even Moses showed in the passage about the bush where he calls the Lord the God of Abraham, and the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. Now he is not God of the dead, but of the living, and for all live to him. Then some of the scribes answered, Teacher, ye have spoken well, for they are no longer dared to ask him any questions. So it's talking about marriage, and marriage is for earth. Marriage is not for heaven. And on earth, marriage is designed for 2 people that love each other. And when they come together, they become the very literal example of how Christ and the church's relationship is together. Deep, intimate love together. And so, what marriage should do is lead other people to Christ. Non-believers should look at a believer's marriage and say, gosh, whatever that is, I'm enjoying looking at that marriage. And so that marriage should help promote and push, gently and lightly and carefully lead and guide people to Christ. They say, how do you have this relationship? And the married couple answer, only by Christ are we able to love each other the way we do. And so verse 41 says, but he said to them, how can they say that the Christ is David's son? For David himself says in the book of Psalms, the Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand until I make your enemies your footstool. David thus calls him Lord. So how is he his son? And in the hearing of all the people, he said to the disciples, beware of the scribes who like to walk around in long robes and love greetings in the marketplaces and the best seats in the synagogues and the places of honor, that at feast who devour widows' houses, and for a pretense make long prayers. They will receive the greater condemnation. And so what we're talking about, what Jesus is talking about here, is all the people that just love these titles and love to be called by these titles, and just they're just a little too fascinated with titles. And so those people will be greater condemnation will come on them when they see how unworthy they are of the titles and of God. And so that was the book of Luke chapter 20. Next time I see you, we'll be reading chapter 21, okay? God bless you until next time. Peace.